You know guys, it comes as no surprise that leading up to Black Ops 7, the Call of Duty Next event is just around the corner and there's going to be a lot of people attending that, a lot of content creators that I don't really think should be going, not because they don't deserve it, but because a lot of these guys are dishonest and they're just getting the Call of Duty Activision bag, and not only the bag, but they're also getting the back shots, because that's essentially what this is. It's just a transaction. Hey, Call of Duty and Activision, I'll bend over for you, and in return, you give me the bag. There's a lot of content creators that we gotta talk about, but to start this new side quest off for the Scatmaster, I think we gotta start out with TIMTHETATMAN. Now, this isn't meant to be a shot at TIMTHETATMAN necessarily, because there's actually advice I have for the guy, believe it or not, but there's a lot of bullshit that we need to get through with him first. And we're gonna get into all that right now, but before we do, guys, I need you to cock slap the dog shit out of the like button today. And also subscribe if you're new. We're already on the way to 60,000 subscribers. You guys are fucking insane. We're aiming for that big 100,000. If you want that Fooly face reveal, this is how you do it. But guys, let's get right into it. I just want to give you guys some context before we start everything. This right here is the main reason I'm making this video about TIMTHETATMAN.
Getting paid to stream it and wanting the CODNEXT invite. Guys, I've already been invited.
I have been invited to Call of Duty Next.
Ooh. Come on, my nigga.
The reason I show you guys this is, yes, as he acknowledges here, he's going to CODNEXT. And that's very important because a lot of creators that just so happen to be critical of Call of Duty, they don't go to these events. They're not sent out to try out the game and actually give real feedback and actual critical criticism of the game that honestly would benefit everybody. They're not there to do that. They're there to essentially gooch lick, all right? We've talked about that plenty of times. Now, when TIMTHETATMAN has his little criticism moments, just remember the way that he's kind of playing both sides. He's kind of on the fence because he doesn't want to be too critical about Call of Duty, because otherwise, I think that Call of Duty Next invite is getting fucking swept away from him. So to start this out, yes, I do think TIMTHETATMAN is on that Activision payroll, whether he believes it or his viewers believe it or not. If you're being sent out to the events, if they're paying for your flight and hotel and food and all of these other accommodations, yeah, you're being compensated, and therefore, I just happen to think you're fucking dishonest, man. And yes, TIMTHETATMAN fits that description. Now, one of the clips of him that I saw recently was his response to people's hatred of Black Ops 7, specifically the reveal trailer, which, if you guys remember, it got fucking demolished. And TIMTHETATMAN's initial reaction to this is like one of the first things he says in this video. It's pretty fucking interesting.
We're not even giving it a chance this time? Like, we're not even giving it a chance. Like, is the goal here to like break the COD cycle? Is that the end goal here?
No, we're not giving it a fucking chance because we gave it a chance for years and years and years. And on top of that, you guys have seen my videos, right? So you would know Black Ops 7 is just a continuation of Black Ops 6. So if you gave Black Ops 6 a chance and you didn't like what it was, then how could BO7 possibly be worth the chance when the chance should realistically just be the fact that it's an update? BO7 could literally be a hotfix patch for you for free, and yet it's not. So why the fuck would we give it a chance? I mean, as we progress through today's video, you're gonna see TIMTHETATMAN really just play both sides, and it's for a very large reason that we're gonna get to towards the end of the video. But starting this out by questioning the idea that we're trying to break the Call of Duty cycle, knowing that it's in full effect because of people with the influence such as yourself, really doesn't give me the best idea of TIMTHETATMAN in my mind. Especially not if we're thinking about keeping it fucking real and honest, which is what these Call of Duty gooch lickers and fanboys desperately need. And this is already just off to a pretty bad start in my opinion. And yes, he continues on this weird shit.
Are we gonna completely discredit it before it even comes out? Because I haven't played the game yet. I'm assuming y'all haven't played the game yet. And everyone's saying yes. And this is where I think this is where I'm thinking differently, because here's the reality, bro. Warzone is what brought me back to Call of Duty personally.
So once again, he's questioning why we're gonna discredit it before the game comes out, to which my reaction is very, very simple and obvious. Because it's Activision, and they failed us like how many times? I don't even know. Also, my last point about BO6 and BO7 being the exact same fucking game is just being reinforced right now. Why would we give it the credit and the chance and the opportunity when we already played BO6? Also, if I'm not mistaken, it's some of the bigger streamers and bigger influencers in the scene that are coming out here with this cope about how BO7 was the main title this entire time, meaning BO6 was also developed with BO7. And if that's the case, why would we possibly give BO7 the chance? And why would we credit it anything when BO6 was already a colossal fucking failure? But guys, that's not even what bothers me about TIMTHETATMAN's point here. The part that bothers me a lot is that throughout this video, if you saw it, he does this whole thing where, you know, he wants to be relatable, and that makes sense. And he says how he's been playing the franchise since the very start for the last like 22 years or some shit like that. And yet in the same video right here in this clip, you guys saw him say that Warzone was what brought him back to Call of Duty.
I want to respect you, but I can't.
Is Warzone Call of Duty? Yeah, I understand the name is attached to it, but is Warzone the essence and core foundation of what Call of Duty is? Fuck no. So what that tells me is that you aren't really here for the long haul. You aren't here through the thick and thin. You are here at some of the biggest peaks of all time. I'm assuming he was here during the golden era. I'm assuming he didn't like some of the jetpack games. I'm assuming he didn't really like BO4 or even World War II. But as soon as this Warzone slop came around that really changed the foundation of Call of Duty as we know it. I mean, if you guys know, the Warzone and MW 2019 era is what introduced these dogshit microtransactions, and it introduced the dogshit skill-based matchmaking algorithm where your games are, I'm sorry to say it, but they're rigged. And if you disagree with that fact, I'm sorry, but you probably suck monkey cock at this game. And what's even funnier about this, guys, is that at the same time that he's talking about why we shouldn't be discrediting Black Ops 7, and how Warzone was what brought him back into Call of Duty. At the same time, guys, he's asking for Battlefield to really introduce this Battle Royale mode.
I see people talking about like, Battlefield doesn't need to be Can you guys just let us have one that like BR?
Are you not content with the Battle Royale that you have in Call of Duty? Are you not content with Warzone, the thing that you claimed brought you back to Call of Duty? It's almost like some sort of deflection, and at the same time, he's kind of projecting the fact that he's not really content with what he has in Call of Duty, and yet he can't really go against it, and we'll get into that reason very soon. So his way of coping is essentially asking for Battlefield 6 to implement a battle royale that rivals Call of Duty, which he's already been torn apart by the Battlefield 6 community, and I don't really blame them, but at the same time, I will say, to TIMTHETATMAN's credit, I think a successful BR mode in Battlefield 6 would actually demolish Call of Duty, and I don't know if he's going towards that fact, but that's personally what I think. Now guys, I have a couple more clips for you of TIMTHETATMAN, but I do want to give out this message to him if this ever comes across him, and to anybody that thinks this would never come across him, let me just remind you, I made a video titled "Face Swag, Please Shut the Fuck Up" or some shit like that. And he got pretty mad at me over on Twitter. I mean, it was a funny little thing that happened there, but in the circumstance that TIMTHETATMAN ends up watching this video, hopefully he's not on that little bitch shit and just disregards the entire video because I'm like talking shit or whatever. But first of all, TIMTHETATMAN, nice to meet you. I'm the Scat Master, and I'm here to offer you an opportunity and a little piece of advice. If you want people to really heavily back you and support you for what you actually stand for, then I suggest you actually stand for what you stand for. And I know that sounds redundant, but seriously, the clips that I'm about to show you, plus the clips that I just got done showing you, it shows two different sides of this guy, and it really spells out the dishonesty that this guy is kind of on. And the reasoning for his dishonesty, in my opinion, is because he won't have these opportunities with Call of Duty. He won't be invited out to CODNEXT, and I know he makes this point in some of his videos where it's like, oh, well, I don't really need to go to CODNEXT. It's not really on my list of things to do. Then this is my advice. Decline the offer. And if you still want to be one of Activision's backshot receivers, then you'll come out here and be like, oh, it's because I gotta go to the Cowboys game and I got other shit to do. I'm sorry, I just don't have the time for it. But if you really want to be a real motherfucker, Tim, alright, if you really want to induct yourself as Scatmaster Tim, the Tatman, or the Scatman, whatever you want to go by, I don't give a flying fuck, then be on that real shit, decline the offer, and state your reasoning with the fucking truth. And I think the truth is that you don't like Call of Duty. I don't think you like it in the way that you say you do. I think you're kind of saving face by coming out here and like asking people why they're upset with Black Ops 7 and in the same breath asking why we don't just give it a chance. And at the same time, you're asking Battlefield 6 to have a successful battle royale, and at the same time, you got clips like these where all of this hype for Black Ops 6 came out, and this was your response.
I think Black Ops 6 may have saved Call of Duty, and I'm thinking Call of Duty is back, baby!
You're out here full gooch lick mode for Activision and Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6 fails, a lot of people really disliked it. I'm pretty sure you even came out with videos talking about why you disliked it. And then you're out here questioning why people won't give Black Ops 7 a chance, while at the same time coming out here after the BO7 reveal trailer came out, and in full disclosure, just fucking gooch licking, bro. Like gooch publant stuck between your teeth.
Pre-order now.
I'm here again. Here I am again. COD cycle. Here I fucking am.
Talking about we're still in the Call of Duty cycle, like, I don't know, man, you kind of got to speak for yourself when you say shit like that, but even after having moments like that, you're still out here laughing in agreement with a lot of the people that are under the BO7 reveal trailer comment section talking nothing but mad shit. So if I were one of these NPC and normie ass fucking fanboys, I would really be confused as to why you're riding both sides of the fucking field, man. Why are you on the fence talking about your support for Call of Duty Black Ops 7 and why you don't understand why people hate it and are fucking tired of it, while at the same time expressing your support for it, talking about how Warzone saved Call of Duty for you, and at the same time as all of that, talking about how, yeah, you have this CODNEXT invitation, but you don't know if you're going. It just strikes me as you're kind of scared for the repercussions of talking shit and just being truthful, not only with your audience, but with yourself, my guy. And I'm not trying to give you some sort of therapy appointment type of thing, but listen, the Scatmaster knows one thing and one thing only, and that's how to be fucking real. And I'm not really seeing that from you, Tim. I'm not gonna lie, man. And I'm not gonna smoke your shit the way I did to Face Swag and all of these other guys, but it would be a good move on your part to not only decline the CODNEXT invitation, but we're at a moment right now where Call of Duty is actually shifting in certain directions. Like, we haven't seen this much unprecedented hate in quite some time in the Call of Duty franchise, and we have a lot of people calling this shit out. And we're actually getting a few changes that honestly are due to people like myself actually being honest, and we're not just out here accepting all of the bullshit and slop and lazy unoriginal work. And I think somebody who has a platform the size of TIMTHETATMAN, I just think he's doing it a disservice, man. I think you could do more. I think you could be more honest. And honestly, look, this guy would probably squash me in a fucking second, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I would still look him in the eyes before he steps on me, and I would tell him, get off the Activision tip, and then I would die. But it's okay, guys. Death before dishonor.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. What are your thoughts on TIMTHETATMAN and his stance with Call of Duty? And sometimes he supports it, sometimes he doesn't. He's on the CODNEXT invitation list. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.
This ain't in my body.